Wait, there's something very weak coming through.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Hello, fellow Galactic listeners. I'm Aaron Julian, and this is WSTR Galactic Public Access, a Star Wars podcast. Welcome to episode 139. Today, we are going to be talking about Heather's trip to Disney World, Galaxy's Edge, Batuu, her experience at the Black Spire Outpost, and what that means for you. That's right. If you are planning your trip, you want to go there, you want the inside scoop, we've got it for you, serving it up nice and fresh. Bright sun to you. This is Miss Heather Allred.
Bright suns to you, everyone. It's exciting to be here.
Todd put that in the notes. Is that the standard greeting on Batuu?
It is.
That's cute. That's cute. Speaking of Todd, he's got the day off, so wish him well. He will be back before you know it. Heather, we want to unpack this right away, but first, you know how it is. Business before pleasure.
Ugh.
Let's take care of some business, shall we? You can find everybody here, except me, on social media at WSTR Media, all one word, all lowercase. You can email us at mailbox@wstrmedia.com. Leave us a voicemail at 630-557-WSTR. That's 630-557-9787. What was that? 630-557-9787. Maybe my mouth will work from now on. We want to hear from you. And we've got operators standing by. They're ready and waiting to take your call. That's a joke. It's just a voicemail. But still, that's how you get on the air. And we want you to be on the air. Our entire back catalog of episodes and all relevant links can be found at podcast.wstrmedia.com. Now, you know what's coming. If you're a longtime listener, you know what we're all about. We're all about Audible. It's an easy, no-risk way to support this podcast, find some entertainment, some education, and dare I say, edutainment in the downtime of your day. Yes, Audible is, of course, Amazon's premier audiobook service, which brings you over 425,000 titles to choose from wherever, whenever, and however you want to listen. You can listen on your phone. You can listen on your computer. You can listen on your Alexa, your Echo Dot.
What?
Yeah.
They're like robots.
I know. It's kind of crazy. It's just like having a little servant read you a book, except much more ethically sound. Head on over to audibletrial.com/WSTR to claim your free 30-day trial, which includes a free audiobook of your choice and 2 free Audible originals with a new selection cycled out each month. Audible originals are audiobooks you can't get anywhere else. They are produced for and available exclusively through Audible, and you get your choice of 2 per month. So don't miss out on September's Audible originals or your choice of any of 425,000 titles. You can support this podcast, get some free edutainment, and everybody wins when you head on over to audibletrial.com/WSTR. Secondly, we've got merch. Our merch store, it's over there in the outposts, the edge of the galaxy, right next to Black Spire. You can head there when you go to store.wstrmedia.com. That'll take you on a little hyperspace trip over to our merch store at Teespring, where you can cover yourself head to toe in WSTR gear. We've got t-shirts, hats, hoodies, yoga pants, stickers, mugs, more merch than you could shake a stick at. All of that can be found at store.wstrmedia.com. All right, Heather, we have paid the bills. What news have you got for us today?
Yes, so I know you're dying to hear about my trip, but first, I must tease the news. I have the man. That's it. That's all you get. Oh, it's beautiful.
Okay. The man.
I don't know.
And it's
I don't know what
beautiful.
is beautiful, but it is.
All right. I'm with you so far.
And then lastly, Kyle, is that you?
Kyle Katarn?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't even know. We'll find out together later.
Later on. So, Aaron,
Yes.
I hear you're not on socials.
I know. I'm doing the too cool for the room routine, and I said sayonara to social media.
Well, how about we then clue you in onto some happenings through Twitter Trash Compactor?
Let's do it.
Get in there, you big polio! I don't care what you smell! Get in there and don't worry about it!
All right, what do we got here? So, looks like Todd threw out some questions to you fine folk.
All right.
And as always, Twitter offers 4 options. So let's see what we've got for our first question.
Yep, let's do it.
So he states, what is your favorite hashtag Dark Ray theory, which we saw with the new Rise of Skywalker trailer that came out of D23 Expo.
Okay.
So we've got options of clone, possessed,
All right.
time travel,
I'm with you.
or vision. Aaron, what are you thinking?
Oh, man. I'm in the time travel bin. I mean, I brought it up on the show. I make no apologies about it. I'm thinking it's a alternate universe kind of thing, and oh no, our time traveling heroes, smack into this, and they got to get themselves out of this sticky situation. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. What do I think?
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't want it to be possessed, so I'm not going to vote for that one.
Okay.
I don't think it's a clone. So I do think it's between time travel and vision of my 4 options.
Right.
I think I'm going to have to go vision, Aaron. I'm going to have to disagree with you on this one.
All right. Well, it seems a lot of folks did. We had 67% pick vision. Then time travel was 1%. With
right.
23% picking clone, and possessed picking up the bronze there at 9%.
Yes. So I guess we'll see what happens.
Yes, but Heather, that was just one of 3 polls out on Twitter. I know.
Oh my goodness.
Todd's been busy. Makes me wonder if he does anything else. Out of the D23 Expo, what are you most excited about? Comments welcomed. The 4 choices were The Mandalorian, Cassian and K2, Obi-Wan, and The Rise of Skywalker. Heather, what were you most excited about out of D23?
I was most excited about Obi-Wan. I think we've been waiting. I think I'm most excited that it's no longer a rumor and we can just finally put a stamp on it. Like, this is happening, people.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that from D23, that's what I'm most excited about.
All right. I would have to say The Mandalorian, because ever since we first got our little teases about it, I knew it was the coolest thing ever and right up my alley. And nothing I've seen yet has gotten me worried. It's only increased my appetite, and I am starving at this point. So that's my choice. But looks like first place in the Twitter poll was The Rise of Skywalker with 45% of the vote, which is very respectable. Mandalorian was number 2, 31%. Obi-Wan, 21%. And Cassian and K2, just a meager 3%. So I think maybe they're a little burnt out on Cassian and K2 there.
Maybe.
I don't know, but a little TV series about them could be really fun. So
Absolutely.
we shall see. You want to take up the third one?
Let's do it. So Aaron and I chatted about some sequel people. on a previous episode. So Todd puts out there, who has made the biggest impact so far in the sequel trilogy? Again, we've got our 4 options. We have Rey, Finn, Kylo, and Snoke.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna spoiler it up a little bit here and tell you that Snoke got 0% of the love.
Oh.
So, Aaron, do you agree with that, or who do you vote for?
I think it would have made a difference for Finn if Rose hadn't done her little interruption there. Probably could have bought him some time. Who knows how effective it would have been, actually. Yeah.
You could also write in a comment if you're not okay with the options.
That's true. I think C-3PO and his red arm have made the greatest impact in the sequel trilogy by far. That's a joke. I mean, Rey's supposed to be the hero in all of this. Kylo's more interesting, but the question is who made the biggest impact. I'm gonna have to go with Rey on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems like a surprising choice.
Yeah, as much as it pains me to admit it, you know, she is the kind of does carry the story forward. Yeah, if I had to write in an answer, it would be to vote for both Rey and Kylo because they're kind of intertwined in whatever they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd put Rey because a lot of what Kylo does is in response to Rey, not the other way around.
I hear ya.
So, yeah, that's my wild speculation.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to disagree with you again.
Okay.
I voted for Finn.
Really?
I did. I rewatched The Force Awakens before the poll came out, and I just was reminded of how cool it was to see a stormtrooper basically change everything we knew about trooping and do what he thought was morally right. And I think that's a huge storyline in Star Wars. And to me, that was a great impact because I think it changed for Rey where she was and what was going on, because then she saw something in this guy. And so that's my vote.
So for you, it's more of a character impact, not necessarily a plot impact.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to state it.
Okay, interesting. Cool.
Maybe that's how I read the question.
Okay.
Huh. All right.
Well, sorry to say, but Twitter vastly disagreed with you.
Apparently, yes.
Only 4% said Finn. Snoke got the goose egg, which means Rey got the silver at 37%, and Kylo took the lead at 59%. So, Kylo's stealing the show. All right, Todd set aside a spicy tweet for us.
What?
Let's see. This is from AV Club. Ryan Johnson, Mark Hamill, and the Star Wars fan base gathered round for one Twitter user's inaugural binge. So basically, somebody started a Twitter thread where they had never seen a single film from the Star Wars saga, and everybody on Twitter's telling her to watch them. So I don't know which movie she started with. It might have been in numerical order, starting with the prequels. But this lady, she's hilarious. At Vibes with Cisco, Cisco, basically just offered commentary along the whole way of watching all the movies in a row, including the revelation of Vader being Luke's father, which she had no idea about. She made it all the way to The Last Jedi. And everybody basically just dogpiled on this whole thread and cheered her on. And even got retweeted by, or called out by the official Star Wars Twitter.
That's great.
And Ryan Johnson interacting with her when her laptop cut out while watching The Last Jedi. Mark Hamill sent his regards. This ain't a spicy tweet. This is a sweet tweet. So, in a fandom known for its toxicity at times, it's refreshing to see someone gain so much love online. Yeah, so that's pretty good news that, you know, because everybody's been there where they've had to watch Star Wars for the first time. And so to see somebody, especially now, as prevalent as Star Wars is,
Right.
It's easy to forget that there's a lot of people out there who have not grown up on Star Wars and who it's just kind of like this cultural phenomenon that they've not experienced yet. And so to be able to vicariously live through someone like that is a pretty rare treat. Oh my goodness. My mouth don't work today. And so being able to live vicariously through someone like that, it's a rare treat. And especially something as public and participatory as this. So, Twitter, you done good for once.
Yeah, especially in a platform of Twitter that can go the other way really fast.
Yes, horribly, horribly wrong. Oh, okay. So this Twitter user, she had a kind of a cheat sheet for all the Star Wars characters, a breakdown.
Oh, right.
So basically, more or less nicknames for all the characters instead of actual names. So we've got Obi-Wan in ghost form, named God. Darth Vader is Breathtaker. Yoda is String Bean. The Emperor is Old Ass Raisin. Episode 3, Anakin is Baby Boy. BB-8 is Circle Robot. Kylo Ren is Breathtaker 2.0. Poe Dameron is Hot Man Running. Finn is Love Bug. Rey is Sunflower. Snoke is Old Ass Prune. And so on and so forth. It's really enjoyable. It just like throw a stone on Twitter and you'll hit this thread somewhere. But I think Todd has already shouted them out. So check out our Twitter to get in on the action. Okay, Heather, that is quite enough preamble. Thank you very much. Let's head on to our main topic.
And now for our feature presentation.
All right, so you kind of pulled a Rebel Escape from Hoth and got out of the path of Hurricane Dorian.
I did.
On your way out from the happiest place on Earth. But here you are, and tell us a story. What happened?
Yeah, so this year I turned the big 4-0, and so me and my two girlfriends decided to take a crazy trip to Disney World, like grown adults. And
as you do.
We planned this back in January, and a couple months ago, we learned, oh, hey, while you're down there, we're going to open Galaxy's Edge.
Hey!
So
there you go.
So we couldn't not go. So it was super fun because when we first got there, we went to Disney Springs, formerly Downtown Disney. And, you start to see little, like the Star Wars shop with, Galaxy's Edge t-shirts and things. And I had an inside scoop with my friend Lindsay, who lives out in Cali. So she's been through this out there. She's like, if you want it, you got to get it here because you're not going to find it in Galaxy's Edge.
Okay, so
and I'm like,
pro tip number 1, go to Disney Springs.
So
I almost said Downtown Disney. That's what I'm used to.
Yeah, right. To be educated to find out that once you walk into Batuu, you're in Batuu. nothing is referential anymore to Star Wars. You're just in the environment. So if you want anything that references Galaxy's Edge, you have to get that outside of the park. So tip number 1.
So everybody in there, all the signage, all the cast members, they all refer to it as Batuu?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Or like Black Spire, or have you gone to the cantina? You know, except for the things that are in there, but it's not Galaxy's Edge.
Interesting. Okay.
So, so that was super fun the first day, and it was great because we had the way that the trip was planned. Galaxy's Edge didn't open until the last 2 days that we were down there, so we still got to do the classic Star Wars ride on Monday, Tuesday. I don't know. It was all a blur at that point. So still got to do some fun Star Wars things, but get to the nitty gritty of all of this. We stayed on property, and so we asked the concierge people, so how early do the buses run on Thursday when Galaxy's Edge opens? We were told 3 a.m.
Oh. Wow.
So knowing that it was supposed to open at 6 a.m., and knowing that we didn't want to be crazy, but a little crazy, we concocted a plan to get up at 4:30 in the morning to get on a bus and get over to Galaxy's Edge right when it opened.
Wow. So when was your bus?
So we got to the bus terminal at the hotel probably like 10 to 5.
Oh my goodness.
We had prepped everything the night before. Like,
yeah.
We're not going to shower. We'll just put clothes on. We don't care.
Just
kind
get
of
up
a thing.
and go. Yeah.
And so we waited for about 8 or 9 minutes for the bus to show up. And then it's about a 15-ish minute drive from the hotel to Hollywood Studios. And then you get off of the bus and you just start walking. And then the next thing you know, you find all the people that are already there.
Oh, man. That's
Now,
nuts.
I would like to pause for but 30 seconds
Okay.
to let you know. So I went with my friend Lindsay and Tish. Tish decided to not do the crazy 4:30 in the morning. Just Lindsay and I. One of us had to be responsible.
Right.
Both Lindsay and I were sick.
Ooh.
She was at that point coughing up quite a bit of phlegm, if I may be so gross, and I could barely swallow.
Oh, no.
But we went anyway, people, because we are hardcore fans. So we start walking towards where the opening to Galaxy's Edge was, which of course we spotted out earlier in the week, so we knew exactly where to go. And we saw this line off to the side, and we're like, oh my gosh, is that the line to get in? No. Because we walked in just fine.
Yeah.
And then we're met with 4,000 of our closest friends.
Right.
That line was for the Millennium Falcon ride.
Oh, my goodness.
We were able to walk in before 6 a.m., so it was probably about 5:30 when we walked into the land.
Yeah.
And it's dark. You can barely see anything.
Yeah, I'm surprised they opened that early.
Exactly, right? So luckily there were some spotlights so you could start to see ships and things. We went to walk near the marketplace where the toy shop and the creature shop, which I'll get into specifics about here, but it was you're literally like sandwiched next to people trying to make your way through. You could barely see anything.
Wow, so it was packed.
It was packed. I unfortunately didn't get really any photos because I was there. You were so overwhelmed by everything that was going on.
Yeah.
we were finally able to pull over and just sort of kind of take in where we were. If you've ever been to Disney or know, the Disney parks have an app that you can pull up on your phone that give you wait times for rides and shows and things like that. The wait time for the Millennium Falcon ride at about 6 a.m. was about 3 hours.
Oh, that's brutal. Wow.
It was pretty insane. But the really cool thing is, regardless of the fact that it was like wall-to-wall people, you could feel the excitement and energy. I don't think there was really any like pushing and shoving. I think we all just really wanted to experience it together.
That's neat.
So that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. Oh, yeah. So with us both not feeling well and it being kind of jam-packed, we decided, well, why don't we step out and go to the other part of Hollywood Studios that they had kind of closed off for all the opening day merchandise, because merchandising is what we know.
Yep.
So then we went and waited in a different line to go buy merchandise.
Okay.
So we ended up waiting for about half hour
Yeah.
to get into the store and do all the opening day merchandise stuff.
Okay, I'm with you.
And we got to get some like pins and a patch. I bought a hat, just things that kind of say opening day and, kind of solidify that I was there and I did it. And then I went back to the hotel and took a nap because
Yeah.
4:30 in the morning was really early.
Yeah. I hear you. That's rough.
But it opened and we checked later on in the day, I think on the bus on our way back, and Millennium Falcon had gotten up to 5 hours. It was like 300 minutes.
I can't imagine.
Which
That's
is
too
insane.
much standing. It's too much standing. You need like
Too much standing.
You ever see that robotic apparatus that you could strap to your legs that has this hydraulic system built in so you could basically sit anywhere? Mm-hmm. You need one of those.
Yes, I support that. Now, granted, we're Florida people. It was hot.
Yeah.
Even at like 6 a.m, it was like 75 out and like 90% humidity.
Ugh.
It was awful.
Yeah, that's rough. But hopefully most of that line for the Falcon was in the shade at least.
Yeah, a lot of it was in the not daylight. So for some people, that worked out. And once you get actually up to the ride, a lot of it is all inside. So
That's good.
That's a huge win.
And Disney's usually pretty good with their air conditioning.
Yes. There's the occasional time where, it's not pumping as hard as you would like it to. But
Yeah. Like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Yeah.
But yeah, because they want to keep that heat stroke down to a minimum, let's say.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you got your merch.
Yep.
Where did you head next?
So that was sort of crazy Thursday day that it opened.
Yeah, that was just merchandise.
Just we wanted to walk into the park. We wanted to say that we stepped foot in when the day that it opened, and got our merch.
Okay.
And so, but thanks to Lindsay and her amazing skills with our travel person, we had booked some reservations for Friday within Batuu. So
Okay, how did that work?
Well, she knows all the specifics, but basically, much like fast passes in the remaining parts of the Disney World organization,
Right.
they did.
You basically get like a time slot in the future of that day to skip the line.
Exactly. So it's similar. It was sort of like a dining reservation. Like, you're going to come to this location at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And then either we're going to let you in right away, or you're going to have like a 5-minute wait to like let you in based on traffic flow.
Okay.
But you don't need to wait then in the 3-hour line to go build a droid, kind of a thing. So
Yeah. Okay.
you kind of got to skip the line. So once the Galaxy's Edge news came out via email to her and our travel agent, Lindsay was on the phone and booked as soon as humanly possible for the cantina and for droid building. Sadly, we did not get to the Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
But and then
I don't imagine many people did.
Right. But it was still totally worth it. So we knew waking up Friday, we were guaranteed to do 2 of the things that we really wanted to do, as well as all of the rest of the land. So, our first plan of the day, or our first appointment, was the cantina at like 9:30, I want to say.
Okay.
So we showed up.
Getting started with a little day drinking. I like your style.
Day drinking,
Yeah.
that's what you do. But it was nice to go at about, I think we got there about 8:30, so we had like about an hour to kill. And it was nice just to sort of walk in and see it all in daylight and start to see all of the petrified trees, that kind of look like rocks, but and you just kind of walk into this environment. And of course, the way Disney does it, every cast member is decked out in, garb that puts them into the world. And, you pass by ships, and, we passed by a gonk droid that was just sort of sitting there. And, or there was, I can't think of the right word, so please forgive me, but I think of it as like a gas tank that was sort of like offloaded halfway through a journey and just kind of put on the side of the road as decor.
I love little details like that Disney does.
So just really cool things like that as you kind of walk in. And we were able to sort of kind of orientate ourselves. Okay, that's where the cantina is. Okay, so, and that's where you build the lightsaber. And, that's where the one photo op is with, that ship. And, I get it. It all makes sense. And we saw Chewbacca walk by because, why not?
Nice.
He's just hanging out with everybody.
Just laying low for a little bit.
Just chilling out. Yeah. So, but it was really fun. I have learned, I am not a bar person. I am not a go hang out with the locals at the cantina. They get you in and they set you up at a table with other people that you don't know.
Okay.
So you're either at the main bar or at these little pop-up tables.
Yeah.
Or you're fortunate enough to get one of the little half-circle booths.
Nice.
So,
sounds like fun, honestly.
It was. Don't get me wrong. It was a lot of fun.
There's just so many people there.
So many people. You're not feeling well.
Yeah.
You're kind of socially awkwardly introverted, and now you have to like interact with strangers.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun because then you get your menu, and it's just this like 2-sided kind of cardboard thing. And I was looking, and again, we're talking early in the morning, so non-alcoholic drinks were partaken of.
Yeah.
And although other people were having alcoholic beverages.
I bet they were if they were on vacation.
Just put that out there. But it was a lot of fun. The music was pumping and people were talking. At one point, the whole bar service, like the energy goes down, And so then all the workers behind the bar start like yelling and freaking out. And start
power
banging.
goes out like, "Bee."
Yes. And so they start banging on everything to get it back up and running.
Oh, that's amazing.
So that was just, I mean, they just really are creating these moments, which was great.
Yeah.
We were there for about 20 minutes, and I was like, I cannot believe I've not heard the Cantina song yet. And sure enough, moments later, it turned on, and I was like, this is it! This is the dream!
Wow. How amazing.
So, I highly recommend if you are going to try to get into the Cantina. At this point, I understand you get like a 45-minute window before they kick you out.
Okay.
For the sake of just keeping people moving.
Yeah.
It's plenty of time to try 1, 2, maybe 3 drinks. They have some small snacky things for food. There was one this couple across from us had. It came in like a petri dish.
Right.
It looked like a science experiment. You know, just lots of cool things to try.
Yeah.
So that's the Cantina.
Well, Heather, one day we're going to be having our episode there, our podcast recording down at the Cantina. I truly believe
Let's do it. Let's do it. It'll be great. So that was super fun. We then we had some time to kill before building the droids. So we went into kind of the main marketplace.
Right.
And so we went to the creature shop, where you could buy a tauntaun. You could buy, oh man, I'm trying to think of all the things. Basically any furry creature that has been in the original trilogy, the sequel trilogy, Clone Wars, and Rebels is there.
Wow.
Couple different sizes based on what the creature is. And then when you buy one, they put them in this little cardboard cage for you to carry them around in.
That's adorable.
It's kind of like Build-A-Bear, but better.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
And so you just get to like carry this creature around. They also had like shoulder puppets.
Okay.
That like like you use magnets to hold it to your shoulder.
Oh, nice.
So like a Salacious Crumb kind of character, and then he can just like hang around with you, and then there's a mechanism that you can make him laugh without
awesome.
people seeing you use it. So that's a lot of fun. We saw a lot of kids carrying the creature boxes around.
Yeah.
There was a, for lack of a better word, a clothing shop with some costuming and things. Didn't spend a whole lot of time in there. A lot of it was kind of your traditional a Jedi robe or that sand dweller kind of layering kind of stuff.
Right.
Still really cool.
So were
there was
they meant to be like specific characters or just kind of generic Star Wars outfits?
Yeah, I think slightly more generic, although I do think they had specific character pieces.
Okay.
We didn't spend a whole lot of time in there, so
Yeah. All right.
I don't want to give false information.
Okay.
But yeah, they had a whole shop about the First Order. So if you wanted to join the Empire, by all means,
First Order outpost.
you know,
Yeah.
all the things you could use there, which was a lot of fun. Probably my favorite shop, though, was the toy shop.
Wow. Okay. Tell us about that.
So the toy shop is really cool. Think of like out on the farm and grandma sews like felt dolls for the girls to play with.
Right.
And so that's like the legend of Luke Skywalker. And so there's Luke Skywalker in this felt doll. And so they had like Kylo and Rey and Ahsoka. Oh my gosh, I do that every time.
Yeah.
They had a Jabba the Hutt, which was super cute.
Yeah.
But then they also had a lot of wood toys. So if you remember back in the day, all the wood toys, and they're kind of making a comeback.
Yeah.
You can imagine this like elderly person with a block of wood just chiseling to build toys.
Oh, neat.
I may or may not have bought a sand crawler that when you open it, there's little Jawa inside.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to do little photo shoots, so I'll get them all up on the social medias at WSTR Media.
All right.
For you to see. But it was such a fun way to look at Star Wars toys. But when you walk into like a Target or a Walmart or whatever, and you see all the toys that are so mass produced and glossy and shiny that you think of those kids in Last Jedi playing with sticks and little things pretending to be dolls, that these would be the toys that they could potentially have.
Wow. That's really imaginative.
Really cool.
I love it.
Yeah. So that was super fun. And then we did the best part of the entire day.
Was it the droid making?
It was the droid building.
Yay! Tell us about it.
Yay! So, excuse me, everyone. I'm going to take a sip of water here because I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So we showed up for our appointment. We walked in. We immediately grabbed our droid backpacks because Lindsay had shared that those sold out out in California. So we knew going into Florida, get the backpack if it's there.
Yeah.
So tip 2 or 3, I don't know what number I'm on, but if you're going to build a droid, buy it a backpack.
All right.
So we got those ready. We walked up to the cashier and she said, "What are we going to do?" And, we said, 1 R unit and 2 BB units. Mm-hmm. And so we give her all of our credits.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing. Anytime you purchase something, they tell you how much it is in credits, not dollars.
Interesting. So what's the exchange rate on that? It's like 1-to-1, but they just say credits?
Yeah. So basically it would be like 23.5 credits.
23.50.
Or 23.50.
All right.
There you go.
That's neat.
So we exchanged all that, and then you get a little basket. And in the basket at the bottom are all of the pieces you need to get to build your droid.
Okay.
So then you're taken over to the conveyor belt. I know. Okay. I'm trying to be a grown adult.
Yeah.
And then it's literally just a conveyor belt of moving droid parts.
And you just pick and
you just
mix
pick
and match.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. So you have reds and blacks and purples and oranges and whites. You could actually build, I think, an actual BB-8. Not an actual R2 though. So FYI.
Yeah.
And you pick the pieces and you put them in your little basket, and then you make sure you have all your pieces.
Okay.
And if something goes by, you just wait a little bit because it comes back around.
Yeah.
And it was so great because you saw little kids with their parents picking pieces, and then, your grown adults picking pieces. Mm-hmm. And then once you had all your pieces, one of the nice shop people, they take you over to the building station.
Yeah.
And then at the building station, there's a pad that on the table that tells you how to put your droid together. Now, for my droid builder people, the astromechs, who actually do the hard wiring and all of that construction stuff, this is made for 6-year-olds to build a droid. So I'm just going to break some hearts there for just a second. So you basically kind of snap pieces together. You do have to screw in R2's legs, or the R unit legs.
Mm-hmm. Get a parent's help if you need it.
And parents help if you need it, but it's great because the people that are there, they tell you if you need a droid builder's help, you have to push a button, which sends off a light that tells them to come running to you, kind of a thing. There's a whole system.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's really great.
Yeah.
But the best part, Aaron, the best part. So you put your droid together, right?
Yeah.
And then he needs to be activated.
Okay.
So they take your little guy and they put them in they put him in this little, like, I don't even know what to call it. This little section of the table. The activator is what I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
They set him in, and then they take the remote control and set it with him, and they go, activating to the whole room.
Yeah.
And they push a button, and the next thing you know, your droid starts talking. It's so cool.
Oh my goodness.
And he starts making all the little droid noises.
Yeah. Oh wow. Heather, that must have been heaven for you.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm so thankful my friends were there because earlier in the week, okay, side note, earlier in the week, I met BB-8.
Yeah.
And my friend Tish was like, I am so impressed that you held like a 3-minute conversation with a droid. I don't think she actually understood
Oh man.
how crazy I am.
Yeah.
So, but it was great. So little droid comes to life, and they then put them in the little backpack for you. And there's a little zipper component of the backpack that opens up so your little droid can look out of the backpack. Oh my
goodness.
So then I wore the backpack on my front because I had a backpack on my back so he could look out while we finished shopping. And then I bought little personality chips so you can kind of change up if they're part of the rebellion or the empire. You can change up their personalities.
Wow.
It was amazing. I'm going to tell you it is one of the higher ticketed items there. So parents, just note it's a decent amount of credits, but it's so worth it.
Yeah. Just,
I would argue.
Rethink about it if you're bringing triplets.
I mean, maybe. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But we all right. I don't know how we're doing in time, but I have one other story I have to tell you.
Yeah, go for it.
And that is when we were done building our droids, we stepped outside and just stepped off kind of to the side. One of us had to use the ladies' room, so I was sitting just out there with my droid and all excited. Well, we happened to sit next to this little family who the daughter had just also built a droid. So she was a BB droid, and she was playing with it in the park and everything, getting used to driving it.
Yeah.
When the First Order troopers showed up. And the dad's like, I don't know the little girl's name, but, you know, like, Mary, you gotta go protect your droid. The First Order's coming.
Yeah.
And I don't think she quite got it right away, what was happening, until the troopers showed up. And one of them was like, and what do we have here? Her face was like, I have to go rescue my droid. And she ran up to it and picked it up.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I mean, if that doesn't just melt your heart, people, I don't know what will.
That's one of the things I'm most impressed with at Disney. I mean, you have the world building, you have the general just magic atmosphere of it, but the cast members just the refusal to break character and to totally play into it. That just seals the deal like nothing else will.
Yes.
Because it creates little magical moments like that.
It was the best.
Wow.
So, and yeah, so we then, we ended our day at, the Den of Antiquities, Oga's Den of Antiquities. It was very interesting. One of the things I had noticed while being in the park was how much it leaned towards the sequels. How much of it was, Rey, and Kylo and the First Order troopers, and some of the toys and, wording and stuff. And I was like, some of us are fans of the old trilogy too. Like, what's going on? And that's where the Den of Antiquities comes into play. You go into this shop, and you have all of your original trilogy artifacts. The Ark of the Covenant happened to be there. Spoiler. And just some other really great memory pieces that were there, which was super fun. That's also where the kyber crystals are for your lightsaber building.
I see. Okay.
Just so everyone knows. And they've got, green and blue and red and all the different colors you could need for a kyber crystal. They've got holocrons so that you can play your kyber crystals and messages and things like that, which is super cool. Yeah, it's just, they really, truly, like you just said, Aaron, they think of everything. So you've got these little magical nuggets and moments. So sadly, the one thing we were not able to accomplish was the Millennium Falcon ride. But don't give up hope. You just go back again. We'll do it next time when some of the major buzz goes away.
Yeah.
And yeah. But I know Disney can be overwhelming and it can be a lot of money and everything, but for Star Wars fans, it's pretty cool. I mean, to see grown adults with lightsabers off their back, like hanging off their backs, and grown adults playing with droids that they don't need.
Well, it helps you for a moment to become a kid again.
Yes, exactly.
That's what that's what they do best.
It's true. So, comfortable shoes, stay hydrated.
Bring
Definitely
sunscreen.
do the cantina. We were able to go to Docking Bay for lunch.
There you go.
I did not steal a fork.
Oh.
I didn't want to be that person.
But they're worth tens of dollars now.
I know. Oh, man. And then my last little tip, this is the last thing I wanted to share. The bathrooms are really cool. They do not skimp when it comes to aesthetic. Probably the coolest part is when you go to the hand washing station. It's all metal and tubing and piping, and it's not individual sinks. You all share kind of a commonwealth.
Oh, interesting.
With then individual spouts kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Kind of, I would assume, like an army camping kind of aesthetic.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Wow, I dig it.
I'm just saying.
I bet you even the trash cans are cool.
You know what? Yes.
Wow.
And that's my trip in a nutshell.
What a magical time it must have been for you.
It was tons of fun. And, the crowds were much more manageable on Friday than they were at 6 o'clock in the morning on Thursday.
Yeah.
And, Disney does crowd control very well. So if you're willing to wait in line, you're going to get a great experience. But if you can schedule things ahead of time, do it.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
Wow.
All the things.
Well, thank you so much, Heather, for giving us a little glimpse into your trip.
Yes.
We're running a bit short on time here, so let's just jump into news of the week.
And now, the Star Wars News of the Week.
News of the week. So what do we got here? EW.com is saying that the Mandalorian Unmasked We did things no Star Wars fan has ever seen.
Interesting.
What does this mean? Excuse me. The Mandalorian stealthily enters the safe house. 2 stormtroopers stand guard. The soldiers have become freelance mercenaries since the Empire has collapsed. Their once pristine armor now grimy with dirt. The bounty hunter creeps up behind them and fires his blaster, gunning them down. So yes, the Mandalorian shoots first. And shoots his enemies in the back. Oh my gosh, Aaron, are you so excited?
Like I said, every little bit of information I get about this, I'm like, I need it more now.
I need more. So yeah, we've got the small screen live action series coming. It's set after the downfall of the Galactic Empire in Return of the Jedi, but before The Force Awakens. So there's your little time frame, guys. It looks like it's like after the Roman Empire falls, or when you don't have a centralized shogun in Japan, and of course the Old West, when there wasn't any government in the areas that had yet been settled, says showrunner Jon Favreau. So we're getting our Western with blaster guns, people.
Wow.
And the Entertainment Weekly cover here, if you check out the article at EW.com, I mean, it looks spectacular.
Wow. Yeah. All I can say is just give this article a read. It's a great one. Is it November yet?
It's not.
Oh, man.
But we're getting closer.
We're almost there. All right.
Oh, man.
So we also got, this is from CNET. Lego has announced the longest Star Wars set you can buy. Perhaps the most number of pieces and the most expensive as well. I may be wrong about that, but it is the magnificent Imperial Star Destroyer. So we've had lots of versions of the Lego Star Destroyer. But this is basically the crown jewel in the Imperial Star Destroyer collection. It's part of the Ultimate Collector series. It's coming out September 18th. It'll be the longest Star Wars set available at 43 inches long.
Wow.
This particular vessel is the Devastator, Darth Vader's personal transport, and has swiveling guns, a movable radar dish, massive engine exhausts, and loads of cool surface detail. You'll also get a tiny 10-4 Rebel blockade runner to scale, so you could relive that opening scene. It includes 2 unique minifigures, an Imperial officer and a crew member. Both have blasters. It'll set you back $700. Or 700 credits. That's a lot of plastic. But there's nothing else quite like it. So there was a Super Star Destroyer set from 2011 that was 3,152 pieces. It was longer at 50 inches, but it's been discontinued. And this set right here is 4,784 pieces.
Wow.
So it comes out on September 18th in LEGO stores and on the LEGO site. If you're a VIP member, that is, with general availability coming out October 1st. So if you're wanting to get that special someone, a special something for Christmas, you better start saving now.
Right? That's not a small chunk of change, people.
Yep. And back to you, Heather.
Yeah, so we've got Kotaku. That might not be right.
Kotaku.
Yeah. Kotaku.com. I don't know. But they state why it matters that Star Wars Jedi Knight is coming to Switch. So 2002's Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast and 2003's Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy are coming to the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4. These games have been available through Steam and GOG, which I have no idea what that is.
Stands for Good Old Games.
Thanks, Aaron. But plenty of players have missed out back in the day. So we've got a whole new generation of Jedi that are going to get to experience this. It's been nearly 20 years since they were released. So you're wondering, what's the deal? Well, when Star Wars is good, it's really good. And the Jedi Knight games and the Dark Forces games that preceded them are good Star Wars and good video games. Aaron, do you agree?
Yes. I have ranted on this show many a time about the drought of good Star Wars games that we're in, or just Star Wars games in general, because EA has been dropping the ball. But when we do get Star Wars video games, and they're good, they're really, really, really good. Knights of the Old Republic, of course, is probably the crown jewel in it, but situated right next to it on the crown would have to be the Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy games. And now we've got a whole new generation that can play it on the go with the Switch or PlayStation 4.
Excellent. Maybe these will be the games that turn me into a gamer.
Yeah. I might have to reinstall these on Steam and start playing through them again. They're very good.
Excellent. Well, it looks like we've got some new exciting games coming out, or new old exciting games coming out.
Yeah.
However you want to word that, guys. Well, that's all I have. That's all the news, people.
All the news that's fit to print.
That's right.
And now let's wrap this up with some Cantina chat.
All right. Aaron, I've been talking about myself a lot.
Yeah, that's okay.
How the heck are ya? What's been going on?
I am doing super. You know, I'm fully moved in. I'm gotten used to my new school schedule and work schedule, and life is crazy, but life is cool and awesome and full of opportunity at the same time. So I am very happy.
Excellent.
As far as nerd things go, one of my friends back last semester, I ran a Star Wars RPG game using the Saga Edition system, which for you nerds out there is roughly based on Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 edition. But now, one of my friends this semester, he's running a Star Wars RPG, but the rule system that he's using is based on the Dragon Age system. But he's not using an official rule book. He's actually written the rule book himself. So he's basically taken the Dragon Age system and added Star Wars flavor to it, and he's running the game. So it's a lot of fun. I play my character. He's a technician. He can, he fixes up droids. He fixes up ships. He fixes up anything. He can jerry-rig weapons to do different things. And he is a Bith. So he's one of those dudes in the cantina playing the cantina music.
Nice.
And he's also a pacifist, which should be pretty interesting. Like, he is not going to harm anybody if he can help it. And for whatever reason, I decided to give him a strong Milwaukee accent. So, helps with the role-playing there,
I love it.
It's a lot of fun. I've got family from Milwaukee, so I'm drawing on their accents very strongly for this. But yeah, it's a ton of fun. We meet every 2 weeks, so pretty soon I'll start bringing you stories from the RPG world.
Yeah, we'll have to find out if you can stay a pacifist, or
yeah,
you're gonna have
knowing
to...
my friend, it's JD, by the way, our friend of the show. Knowing him,
JD.
he is going to be testing that very regularly and very strongly.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah. And
Wow.
you've had your quota for Cantina Chat for years to come now.
Oh my gosh, I know. But yeah, I mean, it was such a great trip just overall to Disney. Lots of little nuggets of stories. We did a later night safari in Animal Kingdom, and because it was like 6 p.m. And cooler, a lot more animals were out, so we
Yeah.
got to see a lot more animals on the safari. So
Oh, good.
that was super great. And probably the only other thing I'll say, because we're already over on time, I'm sure, because I've been talking a lot, is we went to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Oh, fun.
And we all dressed up as versions of Mickey Mouse. One of us was Steamboat Willie. I was classic Tuxedo Mickey. And then we did Fantasia, Fantastic.
Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey?
Sorcerer Mickey, basically.
Got it.
And we had gotten to the party early, and so we decided to do a character meetup with Mickey Mouse. And it happened to be Mickey and Minnie, so that was kind of a bonus.
Yeah.
And we totally shocked them by our amazing
Oh, how cool.
3 different versions of Mickey. And so that was super fun that Mickey was overwhelmed and Minnie was very confused by the number of Mickeys. So
I bet, yeah.
That was my other really fun story, not Star Wars related, but the mouse owns everything. So you got to throw him into the Cantina Chat. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
but yeah, definitely lots of other fun little stories, but
Save them up and ration them out for future episodes.
I was going to say, I'll save them for later.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yep. And who knows what Todd's been doing other than tweeting it up,
Yep.
basically.
He'll be
So,
back before you know it.
That's true.
All right, Heather, you want to put a bow on this?
Let's do it.
All right.
Friends, thank you again for listening to another episode of WSTR Galactic Public Access. Check us out on our social media. That's WSTR Media. It's all lowercase and it's all one word. And we want to hear from you. Have you been to Batuu? What did you do? Did you build a droid? We want to know. So comment, tweet. You can rate us on Apple Podcast, or you can email us at mailbox@wstrmedia.com, or leave us a voicemail. That is 630-557-WSTR, which is 630-557-9787, and we're going to play that voicemail on an upcoming podcast. But let me tell you why you need to follow us on social media. Recently, we did a giveaway for a recent book release by Delilah Dawson called Black Spire, and that came out on August 27th. No big deal or anything, but she did retweet our giveaway tweet. So, hey. But seriously, thanks Delilah so much for doing that. And we were able to give away 2 books. So we did a giveaway on Twitter, going out to Amy, which is, I'm going with @Mrs. Daft Pawn. Mrs. Daft Pawn. And then on Instagram to Alex, going @Jedi_Master_Alex. So congratulations. So check us out on our social media. You never know when things are going to be up for grabs. And of course, our whole back catalog of episodes and everything about us, podcast.wstrmedia.com. And we got merch, store.wstrmedia.com. Next week, we are at episode 140, people. And we're talking with Michelle from Fulcrum's Broadcast. I know. About a certain Togrutta.
I wonder.
I tried to say it with a fun accent. So we'll see what that's about. So don't miss out. You have been warned.
Heed the warning.
Excellent. All right, Aaron, are you ready?
I'm ready. Now this
is
podcasting. All right, time to hit the cantina for a drink.
Even at 9 o'clock in the morning.